Bhajanka, director of the company, joining in. Just to quickly run through the numbers, on a standalone basis, the total income has gone up to 456 crores versus roughly 480 odd crores or 408 odd crores in the previous year, though costs have also moved up for the company on a year-on-year basis. Total expenses are higher. So, Keshav, if you could just run us through some of the trends and break down the performance between the different parts of the business. How has plywood done, and what about the laminate side?
Well, if you look at it on a year-on-year basis, plywood has done close to 7% growth by terms of volume and a 10% growth by value, whereas laminate has done a 13% volume growth and a 19% value growth. What we have observed is that the overall company has grown at a very, very healthy rate of close to 10 to 12%, especially considering that demonetization took place middle of the quarter in November. The costs are slightly higher because there have been raw material increases that have taken place. Seeing as to how it was a quarter in which demonetization took place, we have not passed on costs, because of which the margins are slightly lower, but by virtue of doing the same, we have ensured that our sales growth is not affected.
So is that going to be the strategy going forward as well? What's your outlook on raw material costs? And, you know, just a bit more color on the demonetization impact. Is the worst of it already behind us, you think? Or will you continue to see some pressure in the coming quarters as well, given the state of, real estate and some of the other markets?
You see, demonetization has impacted the plywood market slightly differently. As we've already told you before, the plywood market is only 30% organized and 70% of it is still unorganized. Now, the 30% organized sector has actually benefited from demonetization because it has ensured that the unorganized players are finding it difficult to exist in the market. Working capital cycles for them have become very difficult. It is difficult for them to provide material, and consumers are shifting to the organized players. So I think in the short to medium term, demonetization is going to be beneficial to us. Having said that, yes, the overall number of customers in the market is less than it would have been before. I think that will only last till this quarter, and from April onwards, things should be normal. So April onwards, I think we should really see the full benefit of demonetization on the organized players in the plywood industry.
Okay, and soon after that, you'll begin to see the impact of GST, one hopes. But tell us on your margin performance, your blended margins have come in at a shade above that 15% odd mark. Now, I do understand that, the plywood segment had a high base last year. But can you break it up for us in terms of both plywoods and laminates?
You see, if you look at overall margins, we've had close to 16.6% EBITDA this time, as opposed to 18.5% EBITDA last year. Now, the reason behind the same is last year, the raw material costs had decreased substantially in October and November, and that lasted us through the quarter. If you look at the current year, like I told you, raw material costs are slightly higher, because of which you're seeing a slightly lower profitability. As well as the fact that we have been, in order to maintain, we have passed on certain higher discounts. I don't think that this discounting is going to last though. I think it was only last quarter and a bit of it this quarter. So I think margins are going to remain in the same range of 16 to 18% going forward.
Okay, all right, Keshav, we'll have to leave it on that.